Hustle hard like animals, knocking down another dose, chasing all the dollars, so my mama gon' be centerfold. Damien Dollar want 'em more, Damien Diamond solving more. Vision clear, we rack 'em up, make 'em real intangibles.
Intangibles Podcast, presented by BZN, the home for basketball content. Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome back to the Intangibles Podcast. I'm Matt and I am joined by
And
Laij. Welcome back kay Laij, no? Tagal ka na wala, Laij, no? Kailan ba yung last
yes sir,
episode?
busy. Sorry.
Busy.
Ano ba yun? Sa ano pa ata? Finals predictions pa ata ng EP. Wala
Tagal
pang,
na.
hindi pa nag-start yung U-up. Hindi pa nag-start yung finals.
Ang tagal na. Pasensya na nyo na guys, talagang naging busy kami lahat sa yung finals week namin. Pero, ayun,
Halata naman eh. Ngayon, dalawa lang tayo ngayon.
Dalawa lang kami ngayon guys, by the way, kasi yung 5 nagpa-finals ngayon. So, medyo alanganin. Pero, don't
And
worry.
yung isa, birthday kasi ng isa naming Angel eh. So,
Nga pala. Guys,
shout out to you, Phil.
Phil
Happy birthday.
Clarence, happy birthday, Phil. I also wanna say happy birthday kay Butler. Naging guest din namin yun eh. Happy birthday kay Butler nung nakaraan. Kailan ba yun? Friday ba yun? Saturday? Nalimutan ko. Basta, happy birthday Butler. Happy birthday Phil. Don't worry guys. Ngayon pa lang, sasabihin ko na sa inyo na, ano ba tayo? Last 2 episodes for the year. Joke. Pagkasama to last 3 episodes for the year. And dun sa last 2 na gagawin namin pagkatapos nito, mas marami na kami for sure. Kasi tapos na finals namin by then. Pero we have content, good content coming up to end the year, hopefully. Okay, anyway, that's that. No, that's our NCAA talk. Pledge. Tapos na tayo sa UAP. Medyo ano lang tayo sa NC. Balik na tayo sa regular programming, pre. NBA.
Hello, NBA.
NBA in
Well, ito lang
season
naman.
tournament.
I just wanna say, I still don't get yung purpose ng in-season tournament.
Thing.
Sabi daw na it's for charity. 500K daw yung binibigay.
Charity ba yun?
500K. I just wanna say piso-piso lang yun for NBA players.
For some NBA players.
NBA players can just do charity by themselves.
Hindi ko
totoo
na-gets,
lang.
pre.
For me, I'm against it in a sense na medyo pinapatagal nila yung season.
Oo nga, kasi yung
For
mga
me
games
personally,
dun,
although,
yung mga games dun count as standings mo.
oo. At saka ito, hindi to counted sa standings
Yung finals?
Sa alam ko. Oo. Sa alam ko hindi siya
Yung
counted. So
yung
it's very
bracket
weird
ata.
talaga.
Yung bracketing din, pag nakapasok na ata sa final 8.
And although first year pa lang naman ng in-season tournament, I personally think na ilagay nila yun before the actual season starts. Parang
Ano
yun
yun?
na lang yung magiging pre-season nila. Wala lang. Medyo it's just weird in the middle of the season.
Actually, hindi ko rin.
Akala ko it's gonna be like a one-day event. Yun pala, siya, ongoing process siya.
Oh, gag, hindi ko talaga gets eh. Even like,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a tournament. Pero kunwari pag nanalo ka doon, I know you're competitive, pero anong pakiramdam doon? Parang nanalo ng championship mid-season. Parang hindi ko rin magets.
I mean, prior to the game kanina, it was actually a very competitive game. Pero it's still, when you think about it, technically non-bearing siya eh. Kasi yung pinaka-importante naman is the actual season, di ba?
True.
So, ayun
Although
lang.
kahit medyo non-bearing siya, marami nag-show out na players sa in-season tournament. Okay, wait. To be honest, di ko talaga alam kung paano yung bracketing system. Yung yung parang
Pero actually
like
ito,
wins tapos may point differential. Di ko
oo. Ayun pa,
tama.
doon pa ako naguguluhan. Like, I don't really get yung basis nila kung sino mag-a-advance or not. I have another thing to say about the in-season. Although, ayun nga, it's weird and it seems like parang medyo, I don't really wanna say useless, pero parang, I still don't get what's their vision for this. Pero at the very least, ayun nga, competitive sila. Because I actually thought magiging parang all-star break lang to. Parang,
Yeah.
as in exhibition lang talaga. Pero they're actually competing though.
Alam mo ko lang
Pero actually,
nakakatawa.
yung ibang in-season games kasi, counted siya sa,
Oo.
standings eh. Pero itong finals lang, sa alam ko hindi.
Ang nakakatawa doon, alam ko, correct me if I'm wrong dyan sa comments down below. The in-season tournament was made dun para sa mga, to give the lower seeded teams na hindi usually nakakapasok ng playoffs a chance to win like a big something. First of all,
I
di ba
heard that as well.
Di ba ano yun?
Narinig ko rin
Medyo.
yun.
Pero hindi
Parang
ba,
narinig ko yun.
pero hindi ba parang
Somewhere between those lines sa sinabi mo.
yeah, right. Diba? So, parang, first of all, anong sinasabi mo sa ibang mga teams na hindi nakakapasok ng playoffs? Parang pagbigyan natin, ganun, para may manalo sila. May
Mhm.
panalunan silang award. Doesn't that take away, like, competitiveness? And two, yung mga nakapasok din naman sa bracketing, ito rin naman yung mga nakakapasok talaga eh. Ang naiiba lang dito yung Indiana eh.
But, competitive ang Indiana rin ngayon.
Right? Which I was about to mention, si Tyrese Halliburton, bro.
Mhm.
Iba yung
Mhm.
laro niya this full in-season tournament as itself lang in-season tournament. And may napansin ako pre, nakita ko yung ano. Ay actually, what can you say about Tyrese's game?
I don't, I don't think it's an in-season thing. It's just that grabe yung season niya this year. This season, basically.
Mm-mm.
Um, I just, ito kasing si Tyrese, he's averaging 25 plus, 26 plus. Pero hindi siya scorer mentality eh. I could imagine guys like sila, for example, SGA, Luka, all of those guys na nag-average ng 25 plus. I might be missing someone, but nag-average ng 25 plus, tapos double digits sa assists. All of those guys
26.9
are,
26.9 points, 12.1
yeah,
assists.
yeah. So, all of those guys I mentioned, si Luka, SJ, and other of the guys that I might be missing, who's averaging double-double in assists and points. All of those guys are score first mentality.
Right.
Tyrese Halliburton, siguro Tyrese Halliburton maybe a scorer nga. Pero kung nakikita mo lang siya maglaro, you would see he reads the offense, he reads everything to the point na di mo malalaman na will he score or will he facilitate for his team.
Right.
I like his game so much. And grabe yung pinapakita niya this year.
Alam mo, nakita ko yung draft board recently, yung draft nila na yun. Spurs pala yung before him, pre.
Mm.
Would you have rather
Pero
have
during
him
that,
than Devin Vassell?
well, it's a no-brainer. Mas magaling si Tyrese Halliburton. Pero kasi yung sa draft, during that time kasi it's really hard
Hmm.
to say na I'd rather draft Tyrese because during that time, ang daming point guards ng Spurs. No? And sa totoo lang I remember that year, that draft night as if it was yesterday. Iniisip ko, sino ba? Vassell or si Tyrese? And I've heard so much about Tyrese saying na he's gonna be the steal of the draft. Pero I've watched Darren Vassell's tape nung before he got drafted.
Mhm.
And personally sa to lang, I preferred Vassell during that time. Kasi he fits more sa system ng Spurs during that time. Pero, alamin ko na,
Now,
I mean,
pero
it's a
now,
no-brainer. Tyrese Halliburton is much, much better. I just wanna say, I think Devin Vassell has having a shaky season right now. Pero
agree,
I'm kind of
agree.
like disappointed. Sige, I'll talk about Devin Vassell more. Medyo disappointed ako sa kanya because parang medyo step down yung pinapakita niya from last year. And when you think about it, now that they have Wemby, you would really think lang talaga what if we have Tyrese Halliburton
Pero in the sense,
right next to Wemby?
kung nasa inyo si Tyrese,
Tinanong
malamang
ako
hindi
kasi
kayo
yan.
yung, hindi kayo number
Ayun,
one pick.
yun rin. So, when you think about it, for me, sa totoo lang Devin Vassell, yung 2020 draft class kasi na yun, they said it was a weak draft class. I personally think it's starting to show up. And I think it's one of the more underrated draft class. And sa totoo lang, I'm confident to say na I think Devin Vassell is one of the better players in that draft class. So, even though di namin nakuha si Tyrese Haliburton, who you could say is the best or among the best in that draft class,
May Lamelo
top 3 for
tayo.
sure. Top 3.
May
I think Haliburton's better. Pero, I mean, we'll take Vassell. We'll take Vassell.
So, LeBron, did you ba? Napanood ba yung laro?
Napanood ko.
How did you like see the performance? LeBron got the cup MVP.
MVP ko. I thought
Yeah.
finals MVP to kasi dapat Anthony Davis to if ever. Pero,
Yeah.
pertaining sa finals game na to, nakita ko yung paano siya maglaro. For a 38-year-old, minamama lang yung ibang
Mama, pre.
players.
Mama.
Grabe. Binubunggo-bunggo lang yan, nakita ko eh. Sa highlights pa lang yan
Yeah.
For a 38-year-old. So, I just wanna say the Lakers are legit this season. And AD is back. So,
Hoping
this
that he's
team
gonna
is
be healthy.
looking complete. So, I just wanna say, yeah, the Lakers are back.
I hope that he stays healthy. Pero ito, wait lang. I just pulled up the draft class noong 2020. So, saan na ito Anthony Edwards, LaMelo,
I can give
Tyrese.
the top 5 in that draft class.
Sino ba? Sino ba top 5 mo dito sa draft class?
For me personally, number 1 ko si Edwards pa.
Yeah.
Number 2 si Tyrese Haliburton.
Over LaMelo?
Third ko si yeah. And third ko is Tyrese Maxey. Because at the very least he's healthy and consistent. Then fourth ko si LaMelo. Tapos fifth, I got Desmond Bain. So that's the top 5.
Right.
And then I'll say number 6. I'm gonna say myself. For me,
Right. You can say that. Pero may ano pa dito? Sino ba nandito?
Totoo lang
Denny,
maram,
Onyeka
si ano rin,
Okongwu, Pat Will.
Jaden McDaniels, medyo underrated.
Yeah.
Pero I
Jalen
just wanna
McDaniels.
say,
IQ 5.
ayun, pero with Jaden McDaniels kasi, his defense is elite, pero his offense kasi is not the same level as the ones I previously mentioned kasi. So that's what's keeping me from ranking him higher.
Right.
Pero I think prior to sa 2020 draft class kasi na yun, the reason why they said it was a weak draft class kasi maraming hit or miss din eh. Maraming busts as of late. Case in James Wiseman. Killian Hayes medyo he's starting to progress pero ano pa rin. For the sixth pick medyo still needs more improvement pero he's getting better.
Right.
Pero interesting draft class so far.
Well,
and by the way, speaking of 2020 draft class, I think 4 of those guys sa lottery pa lang are playing sa Indiana. So, fun fact.
Yep. Well, we talked about the in-season tournament, no? Pero since matagal natin hindi napapag-usapan ng NBA, marami nang ganap. Yung ibang sabihin ko medyo delayed, yung parang kay James Harden, to the Clippers.
Hindi yun napag-usapan, never.
I don't think so. U-up times yun eh. If I remember correctly. Ano pa ba? Zion doesn't want to get thin. Minnesota is number 1 seed. Actually, Laij, pull up the standings, bro. I want to talk about this. Siguro, kasi yung mga updates na yun, it's too late to talk about now. But I just want to talk about, hanggang matapos tong pod na to. Just let's talk about the standings as of now, and what do you think
Mhm.
of the teams, right? So,
For
looking
me,
looking at the
ano sige.
standings, ano muna yung mga nakakagulat na teams for you?
Sa East, Magic. Then sa West, well, Timberwolves, of course, kasi they're number one. Pero
Okay,
sige,
see,
I'll go
nagulat
back sa
ako.
East.
Okay, see, gulat ako na ganito
OKC,
kataas. Ito ko lang, gulat ako na ganito kataas. Okay, see.
I'm surprised and not surprised. I'm surprised kasi when you think about it, number two sila. Number two seed sila compared to last year, di ba? Kasi play-in team lang sila.
Yeah.
Pero at the same time, I'm not surprised because for me, I thought, kasi feeling ko talaga they were gonna compete talaga
Ako rin naman,
for
I just
this
didn't,
for
I just
this
didn't
year.
think number 2 seed. Well, early pa lang naman tayo in the
Ayun.
season. Pero,
Mm. Pero what shocks me most is itong Magic team na to. Is grabe. Wow. I personally think it's too early to tell. I personally think na they
drop
might
off pa.
slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Pero ano grabe 15 and 7 is very impressive.
Right. And ano
It's
sila?
very impressive.
Pero yung mga ano nila, mga point difference nila, +5 on average lang.
When you think about it, supposedly rebuilding team lang rin to. Much similar to OKC, pero OKC mayroon na silang established superstar kasi.
Hmm. Paulo?
While the Magic, well, SGA level, I wouldn't say that. When you think
Alright,
about it,
right.
I think Paolo Bancheri is more of like their Chet Holmgren
They need one more, ganun.
in a sense na star player, di ba?
Hmm.
Pero not necessarily superstar yet.
Right.
Franz Wagner, big fan. Super duper underrated.
Kinuha ko yun sa draft. Traded for that guy.
Grabe. Ano nangyari kay Markel Fultz?
Is he not playing? Can you search mo?
Because if he's not playing, tapos naglaro siya, so far, hindi pa siya hindi, naglaro na siya, pero I think naka-sideline siya as of late.
Yeah.
Pero itong Markel Fultz na to, this guy is very impactful. I just wanna say.
Yep.
So the fact na the Magic are doing good without him,
It's a good sign.
yeah. And I think they're gonna be much better pag bumalik siya.
Okay, well, continuing sa East. Are you
Pacers,
surprised?
well, we mentioned
Yeah.
them.
Are you surprised about Indiana? Of how good they are this season?
Well, because we know na grabe yung pinapakita ni Tyrese. That kind of like neutralizes it for me. Pero at the same time, they were not that good of a team last year. So, of course, surprised rin ako. In a good way kasi ayun nga, they're top 5 right now.
Right. Brooklyn is there. They're not a bad team, but they're also not a good team.
Ito kasi for me, yung positioning nila right now, it's kind of it's very understandable
Right.
So, I'm not that kind of surprised.
Yung Miami picked it up, I expected them to. Charlotte, medyo nanghihinayang ako kasi ang ganda ng laro nila nung nandun sila Melo tapos na-injure. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Ano pa ba?
Totoo lang sobrang balanced. Sobrang balance ng ngayon,
East?
ng competition ngayon.
Competition. Oh, I like to
I
see
mean
that.
in terms of standings.
Yeah.
Totoo
Yung,
lang uh, people keeps on saying na the NBA is parang nagda-downgrade sila to kasi in a sense na pawala sila ng views. And I think that's a bad thing because for me in terms of competitiveness, palakas ng palakas yung NBA. And kita pa lang sa sa standings, the league is getting more and more unpredictable.
right.
So that's a good sign, honestly.
Kasi nakakasawang puro Warriors, Cavs lang dati. Ganun. Heat, Spurs lang dati.
Samantalang itong Spurs na to, anong ginagawa nila?
Pupuntahan natin yung mamaya. Pero Washington, I expected them to be a 14-3 and 18. The most ineffective duo, star duo daw.
Yun eh,
Jordan
bro,
Poole, Chris Crew.
Jordan Poole, grabe.
Bro, hindi ko magets talaga yung
Such a move.
playstyle niya. He's becoming too flashy. Nakikita ko kasi when there are opportunities for him to like shoot it lang. Hindi, wala. Talagang ano pa siya, like he's gonna fake pa, or he's
Pasikat,
gonna step back,
yun na lang,
or, yeah. Alam,
pasikat.
yung may na-push, alam ko against
That's,
Detroit to eh. May pinush off siya, tapos libre na
oo,
siya. Naghintay pa
si
siya.
Oscar Thompson, oh hindi,
O,
this,
tapos
then he got
napalpal siya.
blocked.
Oo.
I don't know, parang, nung time na sinapak siya ni Draymond Green, I
Pagkatapos
was
nun,
on Jordan Poole's side, sa totoo lang. It
oo.
was premature of Draymond. Pero as of late, you would understand as to why Draymond did that and yung emotions niya towards Jordan Poole. I'm so ah wala lang,
Okay.
medyo na I don't
Nakakairita
like his
panoorin.
game. I'm so
Nakakairita
sorry.
panoorin si Jordan Poole. For
I
me.
don't like his game.
Yeah.
Because smooth naman yung game niya when you look at it. Pero wala lang masyado siyang pasikat. Marami, parang I don't really want to say antics.
Hmm.
Pero parang wala siya sa focus.
Lagi.
You're
For
a
some reason.
professional, man.
Pati yung, di ba may timeout sila na hindi siya nakikinig?
Oo,
Nakita mo
nakita.
ba
Isa
yun?
pa yun. Another thing. Medyo lang, nakakabastos lang for the game.
Right.
Because you're a
Kaya,
champion. Tapos,
ganyan ka.
yeah.
They brought you into Washington expecting you to have that championship mentality. Tapos, I expected ko rin.
Pull
Ang hindi ko
ups.
expected is Detroit. They
Mm,
won no game. No, given na given I thought Cade's game the
yeah,
level
honest.
up of Cade's game will bring them to more
Mm,
wins. Plus si Coach Monty.
yeah.
And they won no game noong November. They're on a 19-game losing streak.
Ako
They're 2 of
disappointed ako sa
20.
Detroit. Ako
Eh,
disappointed ako sa Detroit. In a sense na sila lang yung competition ng Spurs prior to tanking. Because please, win a game para kami na ulit yung number one pick. Hindi, joke lang.
I doubt.
Ano lang,
I doubt.
sa Pistons, it's just, I don't know eh. Hindi ko na talaga alam kung anong magagawa nila. Kasi compare mo naman sa Spurs, at the very least, they have a Wembanyama. Cade
They have,
Cunningham is very
that's,
good.
yeah, yun
Pero
yung ano nila, yun yung Wemby
he's
nila,
not
si Cade.
generational. I'm not
Gets.
saying hindi magaling si Cade. I'm a big fan of his game rin. Pero in terms of the ceiling and potential kasi, medyo lang, what else? Kasi the fact na decent naman yung core nila. They have an
Gagaling nga nila
Ivy.
eh.
They
If
have
you
an
look at it,
Osar Thompson.
yeah, if you look at it on
Oo.
paper, maganda yung team nila eh.
Si Bojan Bogdanovic naglalaro na ba?
Let me check. Bojan.
I think to this point, ang kailangan gawin ng Pistons is they need to capitalize on getting veterans na lang.
Actually, oo nga. Isa pa pala yun. Kaso,
And medyo may issue sila sa point guard sa rotation ng point guard.
I don't think,
Because when you
no, I don't
think
think
about
Killian
it,
Hayes should play.
Ivy should be playing ahead of Killian. Pero Killian's getting more playing time. But Killian is performing. That's the issue. Still,
Bojan
I
has
think
played 3
Ivy's
games
better.
pa lang. Bojan 3 games pa lang this season.
I think those games na he played, talo sila pero it was a much closer game ba?
Joke,
Is it a closer game?
last 5 games. May last 5 games na pala siya. Orlando, Memphis, Cleveland.
May
He's
tambak.
scoring a lot, bro. Kaso, yun lang, di ko. Yun lang. Hindi ko talaga
Hindi
alam
ko
kung
talaga
ano.
alam kung ano mangyayari sa Detroit.
Ano pa ba? Ewan ko. They tried getting
It's weird.
James Wiseman, bro. Ito, ayan, last 5 games. Wait, see
James
first.
Wiseman.
No, last 5 games ng Detroit. Right.
What's happening? Ito talaga yung issues if panay young core, panay bata yung
Tinambakan nga lang sila nung
mga
last game nila.
players mo. You wouldn't know kung sinong makakuha ng playing time.
Pero okay, moving on. Let's talk about the West, no? Minnesota, are you surprised to number one?
Ito sasabihin ko to. I'm not sure if narinig nyo to from me, pero last year nung nakuha nila si Rudy Gobert, I thought their team's gonna improve. Kasi 2 years prior, nakapasok ang Minnesota. This was the year na kinalaban nila yung Memphis sa second round. Ay, sa playoffs, sa first
Oh.
round. And basing off from that, tapos the year after, doon nila nakuha si Rudy Gobert. I had a prediction na they're laughing at that trade na they gave up so much for Rudy Gobert. Pero naging mediocre sila. They were just like the 7th or 8th seed last season. Yun now, yung expectations na yun, it's manifesting this year. And from that being said, I'm kind of surprised na it's this year pa na nagpakita. And I am surprised na ganito sila kagaling. Hindi ko in-expect. Feeling, ako kasi, nung nakuha na si Gobert, I thought they were gonna be like a top 3 or top 5 team in the West. But they're the
Okay.
number 1 team. Not just in the West, but in the entire NBA right now. And ayun, nakita mo na yung impact ni Rudy Gobert. They
Pero
still lost
grabe
that
rin.
trade though.
They did.
Pero
Pero grabe rin kasi yung performance
grabe yung impact.
ni Anthony Edwards.
And
Really
that,
went
isa
up.
pa yun.
Naz Reid din. Si Naz Reid. Sentro
Finally
yan. Galing.
na-solve na ano nila, na nabasa na nila
Yeah.
to play Cat and Rudy Gobert
Rudy.
together.
Oo.
Mm.
Tingnan natin kung matutuloy pa rin yung buong season. You said your thoughts din sa OKC. Ako may sabi ko lang doon, I expected them to be competitive but not like this. No, happy ako kasi team ko yun eh. Pero nagulat ako na second seed sila. Medyo maraming problems doon sa team na yun. So, ay naayoko ng pag-usapan. Pero,
What team is this?
Thunder.
No problem.
May mga issue doon eh.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Na ayoko ng pag-usapan. Pero, they
Okay,
seem
sige.
to be okay. Hopefully, they'll continue this pace for the entire season. Maybe just a couple of additional vets. Dallas is playing well. Kyrie got injured though. Pero Dallas is still Dallas when Luka is there. Denver started off well, medyo nag-slow down, but I don't expect them to stay that pace kasi they're the defending champions. It's a rule, you never count the champions out. Pero Jokic is playing bad the last 2 games ata, 9 of 26 field goal. Not
Still
sure.
getting his stats, pero yeah.
True. Lakers gonna be competitive. They have the right team. And 38-year-old Bron, man, iba. Sacramento is where I
Wait lang.
expected them. Oh, sige, go.
I think, may coach yung sinabi, yung Father Time is undefeated, pero I'm trying to give it 1 loss. Ano yung thoughts mo dun?
Given yung track record ni LeBron with like injuries na sobrang konti lang, even his whole career, I really don't doubt na makakalaro yung na he will last until Bryce gets to the league.
Ako naman, it's very objective lang kasi. If he's still, parang kaya niya pa rin niya mag-compete at a championship team level, or like, if yung point niya is nung sinabi niya yun is if mananalo pa siya ng isa pang championship, posible. Pero when it comes to Father Time kasi, I don't think you can ever beat Father Time to the point
Okay.
na
Oh.
You can't play basketball forever. I think yun naman yung, ano yun, di ba, definition ng father time.
Yeah, pero I
Like,
think ang point lang niya is gusto niya maabutan si Bryce eh.
yeah. If that's his definition of father time, kaya naman.
Kaya, given
Kaya.
the amount of the amount of time that he takes care of his body.
Pero someday, he's gonna slow down whether you guys like it or not. Because, yun wala
Oh, father
That's
time yan.
how
We just
getting
don't know
old.
when. Kasi 38 pa
That's father
rin.
time. Oo.
38 pa
It
rin.
could be if, kunwari, 70 years old siya, tapos naglalaro pa siya, di ba? I doubt na gano'n siya kagaling. Pero doon mo na makikita yung father time.
True.
So, hence, you can't beat father
Ito
time.
tatanungin
Pero
ko
gets ko
sa'yo.
naman yung sinasabi niya.
Ito yung tinatanong ko sa'yo. Gusto niya makalaro si Bryce tsaka si Bronny. Right? And I'm guessing his goal, being LeBron, no,
How old is Bryce?
is to move to whatever team they are in or for the team to draft his sons. LeBron is very valuable pa rin at this age. But are you confident enough to take him in at when he's aging like that? Magsasaya like magsasayang ka ba ng cap room? Hindi naman sayang siguro, pero I mean, will you risk your cap room to get him pa on the team?
Depends on the team. If your team is competitive or promising talaga, as in super promising, yeah, I would do it. Let's say, kumari si Bryce dumating na dito. He's 16, he's born 07.
2 years siguro.
So technically,
Two,
2 more
3 years.
years.
2 to 3 years.
Kaya yan. 2 or 3 more years nandun pa sa LeBron. I'm not
41,
sure how he's gonna
42.
I'm not sure how he's gonna perform though, pero let's say, kunwari, if your team is, sino ba may malaking cap room?
Orlando.
Houston,
Eh,
di ba?
Orlando.
Ay, hindi,
Orlando.
ginamit na nila.
Orlando daw baka
Orlando
mag-draft kay Bronny eh.
Spurs. Orlando Spurs. OKC ba? May cap room ba ang OKC?
Not within that time span kasi
If I'm
mag-aano na
Orlando,
eh.
I'll risk it. Pero, may issue si LeBron sa Orlando eh.
Mm.
Di ba ayaw niya maglaro doon?
Ayaw nga pala niya maglaro sa Orlando. Eh. Pero kasi I think it will be a different conversation talaga
I
pag
mean, I think
mga
it's a
anak
joke
ko na.
lang naman. Pero, if I'm the Magic, I'd risk it. Gago, ang lakas ng, sobrang promising ng team nila. Tapos they're 15-7. I'd risk it.
I mean, let's see when the time comes. No, kasi ako medyo nagda-doubt
Tapos
eh.
Spurs ka na lang, pre. Diyan pa naman si Popovich, may 5 years pa naman. Hindi, joke lang.
Ayun.
Spurs are ass right now, unfortunately.
Again, pag-usapan natin yan. Yun yung pang episode ender natin eh. Pero okay. Phoenix.
Sa West.
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Wala like I said, sobrang unpredictable.
It's just
Kasi you would
unpredictable
understand.
that with their stars. Pero kasi sa
Wait
bagay,
lang. Si
sa ba-
Bradley Beal, ano ang
actually hindi ko rin alam.
meron
Ano
kay
bang,
Bradley Beal?
hindi siya naglalaro eh, di ba? Dapat, it was supposed to be said na they were gonna play together already. Ano?
Where the heck is Bradley Beal?
Actually, feeling ko yun lang din yung source ng pagkatalo nila talaga eh. Na,
Hindi sila nakukompleto.
hindi sila nakakompleto. Yung parang James Harden, Kyrie, at saka KD.
Sa Brooklyn.
Oo, hindi
Ah,
sila nakakompleto. Pero pag kompleto sila, sobrang lakas nila. Feeling ko ganun mangyayari. Kaso, ano nangyayari dito kay Bradley Beal? Di ko kasi alam eh. Kasi, okay, last nakita ko lang dito. Just on the top of
he
the
has a back
search thing.
injury daw. At
Yeah,
least
back
3
injury.
weeks. Pero this was released
November,
3 weeks ago as well.
November
So,
17 pa ito na-release. So,
ano yun?
ano
So, ano
nangyayari
yung
ngayon?
problema niya ngayon?
Hindi ko, ano nangyayari? Ito,
I
5
don't know.
days
Kasi
ago.
when you think about it, si KD rin, day to day rin eh. Di ba?
Oo, pero, ewan ko. Ito, when will Bradley Beal return? Bradley Beal injury update. NBA insider Shams Serrano revealed Bradley Beal will remain out for the in-season tournament. Okay. Beal will be re-evaluated later this week. He might make his return in the next 5 days. This was posted 5 days ago. So,
Ano.
next
Pero,
5 days.
excluding Bradley Beal, with or without Bradley Beal, when you think about the positioning of the Suns right now kasi, and when you look at the teams ahead of them, wala eh. You would think talaga na, wala eh, malakas din naman yung mga teams ahead of them. To
True.
the point na, ano talaga, it's really hard to say na they're underperforming.
Medyo bro
So, ayun
pag
lang.
with a team that has that many stars,
Mm-mm.
medyo
Pero at the same time, di
underperforming
ba,
yun eh.
I think we live in an era na wala nang super team.
Sa bagay.
So, ayun lang.
Houston, number 1 seed sila before
Ayan, ito
ata.
medyo surprising to itong Houston. Even though 8 seed lang sila ngayon, 10 and 9,
Mm.
they're much better.
They're much better. Masaya si Pio dun.
Mm.
Clippers, 9th seed, 11 and 10. Medyo they're on a 3-game win streak, which I think they
Yeah.
got their they're getting their groove. Kawhi just scored
Pero
41 a while ago.
I'm still underwhelmed. Sa totoo lang since wala naman na talaga ang Spurs. Parehas kami ni Byron eh. Alam mo naman yan.
Mm. Kawhi.
Ito yung pambato namin eh.
Si Kawhi.
And it's not because of James Harden is not performing well as of late, inconsistent. It's because the fact na nandun na nga si Kawhi and still ganun pa rin sila. Medyo may problema na doon. Kasi for me, if you don't know me guys, malaki tiwala ko kay Kawhi na the fact na feeling ko if healthy lang si Kawhi the past seasons, I think the Clippers could have booked at least one chip. Pero right now, medyo parang Kawhi's playing pero they're still the 9th seed. So,
Pero kasi
medyo na-underwhelmed ako sa kanila.
si PJ Tucker na nga nagsabi kulang na yung bola. Tapos we have to admit that yung mga star players nila really don't like play the same anymore as they used to. This was 3 years
Wala eh.
ago, then
Diba? The
maybe
same rule applies to what I said sa Suns. Hindi na talaga uso ang super team. Kailangan talaga balance talaga.
kailangan maayos yung team system.
The Lakers
Pelican,
aren't a super team anymore.
yeah,
Pero
and they're playing well. Yeah,
sobrang
exactly.
balanced ng team nila.
Ito, Pelicans, medyo expected ko nandito sila. They're always so mid.
Itong
Golden
next
State.
team, this is probably this is the most surprising.
Golden State. 10 and 12. Lost to OKC 3 times this season, I must say. Very proud na nakakabawi
Guys,
na kami
lost
sa
to a rookie,
Warriors.
bro.
Hala.
2 times.
Actually, ano meron
Nagpabaya
ngayon?
kayo sa rookie.
Ano ngayon meron? Kasi, sabi, I said this
Klay
before.
Thompson,
Oh, really? Klay Thompson ba? Or are they not
Andrew
have...
Wiggins.
Don't you think they're having a
It's
hard
just
time
the
on
team.
defense? On defense,
Everyone
given na
outside
yung...
of
On defense, given na yung
Steph.
backcourt nila, si CP at saka si Steph, yung 1 and 2 mo, di mo mahirap sa defense yun.
1 and 2 sila pa rin ba yung start team?
Hindi man I'm not sure kung starting. Pero I mean, pag sila on the floor, that's defensive problem. 2, si Clay, he's not playing the same. 3,
Just
si
have to
Draymond,
admit,
wala pa rin.
wala
That is
na.
the...
The Warriors days are ahead of us.
Uwe.
Except si Curry. Curry is still there.
Sa tingin mo ba? Because
Yeah.
they had somewhat of a season like this before where they won the championship as a 6 seed.
I think this was nung... Remember nung pandemic season? Yung nasa play-in sila.
Yeah.
The year after pandemic. 2020, 2021.
Mhm.
9th seed sila nun eh. This was during wala pa si Clay. The next year dumating si Clay. Nag-champion sila. And now they have Clay.
They have
They
everyone.
had Clay all season long. Plus, they also have CP3, whom you thought is always a positive
I
to
didn't.
whichever
But
teams he goes to.
I
Even
didn't.
though dinictate natin na hindi siya bagay sa system ng Warriors,
Yeah.
still, di ba? Parang
Oh,
wala na. Parang, I think at this point, you have to admit, I think Curry needs help.
he does.
A legitimate help talaga.
Well, let's see how that plays out.
And when you think about it, Ren, yung CP3 trade for Jordan, yung Jordan Poole trade for CP3. It's not going so well, you know, even though we've said the things about Jordan Poole. I think it would have been better if they kept Jordan Poole kasi what happens, di ba? If let's say nawala na si Steph. Because they're
Yeah,
getting older eh.
they are. I think yun yung pinaka-big factor dun eh. Na tumatanda na talaga sila. Yun yung father time is catching up with them for real.
Mhm.
Utah, I expected them to be there. Memphis, without Ja, I
Hmm.
expected them to be there.
Really?
Yeah, wala. Even Marcus Smart wasn't. Tapos
Because
Tyus Jones, yung naging backup mo nung nawala si Ja, wala na siya ngayon.
all the Dillon Brooks haters, I'm
Dylan
sorry to
Brooks.
say, but Dillon Brooks wasn't that bad of a player.
Kalimutan ko sino nagsabi sa mga interview natin na parang the mental aspect that he brings to the game is different.
I think si Sams yun. Parang Sams na Sams eh. Yung
Hindi,
pagkasabi mo, boy.
hindi
Parang
si
Sams
Phil.
na
Si
Sams.
Phil may in-interview eh. Kalimutan ko.
Interview.
Yung unang interview niya sa atin.
Alam ko to. Nalala ko to.
Yung sa FIBA
Ito
pa.
ba yung interview during FIBA?
Si Ram ba yun?
Basta
Ram.
yung may glasses to, di ba? Nalala ko.
Yeah, the mental aspect.
Ito ako surprised ako because if you guys remember last 2 years or last year, because I
D-Rose
remember
fan ka
there
lang
was
kasi.
hindi. There's that trend. Pero remember there was a time na nawala si Ja Morant.
Oo, pero
Tapos Memphis went on a like 13-0,
pero
13 game win streak.
pero malaki dun yung impact ni Tyus Jones
But they
being the
have a
backup
Marcus
point.
Smart rin eh.
Who
You think about it.
who didn't play for a long time also.
Okay, sige.
Asa
Sabihin
Dylan
na natin,
Brooks?
Dylan Brooks talaga. So, to all the Dylan Brooks haters, please stop. I still don't like his attitude, by the way.
Kahit
Hindi ko
yung
ba,
pregame niya,
medyo,
yung pregame routine niya.
oo, gago. Ano yun? Parang kanina ba siya nakatingin?
Yung
Or wala lang?
hindi ko rin alam eh.
Ano ba nangyari dun?
Dati nasa kabilang court siya, tapos nakatingin siya sa
Nakatunganga lang siya.
kalaban. Tapos ngayon lumapit siya sa mismong court ng kalaban. Yung tumayo pa si Jamal Murray sa tabi niya.
Oo, parang, ano trip mo, men? Like,
Gets? Parang routine yun.
at this point, ano na yun eh, character na yun eh.
Mm.
Kasi parang alam ko, ano naman, hindi naman loko-loko to. Kapag off the court, parang he's trying too hard.
Although he's a good teammate.
Yes.
People can say whatever. I think he really is a good teammate to have.
Ayun nga. So, for me, sa totoo lang ever since si DeMar na sa Spurs pa, I actually hated Dillon Brooks kasi medyo nabubisit rin ako sa kanya during that time eh. Medyo ano siya. He's rough. He's dirty. Pero now when you think about it, it's really hard to say if, kunwari, he's on your team eh. Diba? It's really hard to say. He's a irritator. Kumbaga.
Right. Siguro last two before we end the pod. One, Portland and Scoot.
Okay,
And two,
Scoot.
pag-usapan natin yung Spurs performance and kung sino ba talaga Rookie of the Year. Okay, so
Sige.
Scoot and Portland. Scoot. Very underwhelming.
What happened?
He
Well,
looks like he's
good.
not ready. What?
Good thing is, well, at least rookie year niya yung nagsastruggle. This year siya nagsastruggle, di ba? Pero it's still, people are saying this dude, they're gonna pick this dude over Wemby.
coming in,
And-
coming in medyo ano pa eh. Pero ba't ngayon? Anyari?
Hindi eh. Even though coming in, I wouldn't pick him over Wemby. I wouldn't pick
No,
anyone over
it
Wemby,
was
totoo
more of a
lang.
conversation, I meant. It was more of a
Oo,
conversation before. Pero now, what the fuck happened
wala
to
eh.
Scoot
Di
Henderson?
ba? Buti ba si Brandon Miller? So, si
Oh,
Brandon Miller
nag-improve.
nung Summer League, di ba?
Mm.
Parang, oh
I
wow,
doubted him.
okay. Draft bust.
Yeah, I doubted him.
Now,
Aminado ako dun.
good job sa Charlotte Hornets.
For
Kasi,
skipping on Scoot and taking
oo,
Brandon Miller.
kasi, di ka talaga lang kunyari kay Scoot. Would you say, is it because ino-overshadow siya ni um, Shadon Sharp and ano, sino to?
Anthony.
Anthony Simons.
Hindi eh. Kasi,
Pero hindi eh.
nakita ko yung
Because he's
struggles
playing
niya.
bad.
Pati defense niya, para siya nawawala.
He's
Parang
not
ano,
playing decent. He's not playing parang underwhelmingly. He's playing bad.
para siyang manok na pinatulan ng ulo eh.
Oo.
Literal. Ganun siya maglaro ngayon.
Kasi hindi naman siya ganun ng G League.
Hindi nga. Dominating pa
Hindi
nga
siya
siya nun
ganun
eh.
ng G League. Oo.
So, I don't know. He got injured, but that's like, even before that, ganun na siya maglaro. So like, I don't know. To be honest,
Parang,
I wanna
ano
say so
siya,
much. I wanna say
I
so
see Markel
much.
Fultz in him kasi to the point na nakita ko as to why Markel Fultz was the #1 pick during his draft class. Tapos, nung dumating na hindi. Si Markel Fultz kasi na-injure eh. Na-injure si Markel Fultz. Well, technically na-injure rin si Scoot, pero it wasn't that severe, di ba? Compared kay Markel
I
Fultz.
think so, yeah. Still a
So,
bad
medyo
injury,
na ano lang
pero
ako. Oo. Yeah,
actually,
ayun
dami
lang.
kong gusto sabihin kay Scoot, pero wala akong ma-explain eh kung bakit ganito siya ngayon. Hindi ko
How about
ma-explain
DeAndre
eh.
Ayton? Since nasa
Oo nga pa
Trailblazers
pala,
tayo.
DeAndre Ayton. Puta,
What
anyari
the
doon?
heck?
I don't know about that team. The only bright spot there talaga for me, even with Anthony Simons, is Shadon Sharp talaga.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Shadon Sharp. Pero medyo ano siya, medyo inefficient. But, wala,
At
siya
the
lang
very
yung
least, he's a bright side, di ba?
yeah.
He's more of a bright side.
Yeah. Okay, ito na. Exciting part,
Okay.
Laij. What happened to the San Antonio Spurs and Rookie of the Year? Ano na ba
Okay.
talaga? Conversation
Ano
pa ba
ba yung
talaga yun?
expectations mo sa kanila?
Oo.
Oo.
I compete, pero they're not in the play-in, nor are they the last seed. Yun yung expectation ko.
Ito yung expectations ko every time before a season starts na the Spurs parang considering that they always had Greg Popovich. Some way they're gonna find themselves competing. And I thought mataas yung improvement nila, malaki improvement nila from prior to last season coming into this season. And that's not showing, di ba? And ako disappointed. I'm not disappointed because they're 3-18. I am disappointed because yung mga players outside of Wemby nag nag what they call this, what's this term, parang they're more selfish. I forgot the term eh. Parang nagpapa I forgot the term. Basta parang ano sila, they're not playing as a team.
They're not playing Spurs basketball.
Oo.
Yeah, napansin ko rin yun.
Particularly kay Sohan, in a sense na hindi siya masyadong namamasa. Pero when you think about it, that's not entirely his fault kasi that's not his natural
Pero ginawa siyang point guard,
position.
F4 yun.
Oo.
At the least 3.
Okay, so disappointed rin ako kay Devin Vassell and Keldon. Keldon first. Keldon, ang sama. Nagano siya. Nag,
Decline.
nag-decline siya compared last year. And parang nakita ko sa laro niya, medyo lumaki ulo niya eh. Lumaki rin ulo niya. Not like Jordan Poole type pero medyo, medyo centric yung laro niya ngayon. Kay Devin naman ang back.
Ang buhakaw ni Devin. I was about to say, ang buhakaw ni Devin ngayon.
Last year, sobrang galing niya maglaro last year. Last year, ano pa, sinasabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi, alam ko magaling si Tyrese Haliburton, pero, I'm fine with Devin Vassell. Because last year to. This year, grabe. Di ko alam kung anong nangyari di ko alam kung anong nangyari sa kanya.
Nagbuhang.
Pero, oo, the one person na sobrang disappointed talaga ako is none other than Greg Popovich.
Damn, you're
Jeremy
disappointed
Sohan,
as a coach?
this is the first time. Jeremy Sohan, point guard experiment. Halata namang it's not working. Pero hindi ka pa rin nag-a-adjust.
With Trey Jones is a good point guard.
Oo. And isa pa to. Ang napapansin ko is, why the heck when a player is playing good, sinasub out niya kagad. Trey Jones and Wemby,
Ang
may
ganda ng
chemistry sila eh.
ang ganda ng combo na
During
yun.
every time na there's like 1 or 2 possessions na Trey Jones is finding Wemby, isasub out ni Coach Pop si Trey. Medyo na aanuhan lang ako ah. You can say na baka they're tanking. It's intentional. Pero at the same time, hindi ko ma-enjoy eh. Hindi ko ma-enjoy na may Victor Wembanyama tayo.
At
Kasi
this
at the
point, do you
same
actually
time,
need to tank?
oo,
Do you? The Spurs? Do they
in a,
need to tank?
in a draft class na hindi naman gaano kalakas, di ba?
Yeah,
Medyo hindi ko na-enjoy yung hindi ko na-enjoy paano sila maglaro. Kasi I'm supposed to. Kasi di ba, supposedly, they're gonna be more exciting, they're gonna be more entertaining kasi may Wembanyama sila. And it's affecting his chances of winning Rookie of the Year. And
I knew it. Yes.
pero sige, I'll talk about that further later. Pero I know I'm supposed to support the team and not just one guy. Pero ewan ko lang, parang mas discombobulated sila compared sa last year. Even though last year ang sama nila, ang sama ng record nila. Pero mas united sila compared mas united pa sila last year. Wala silang chemistry talaga this year.
I don't know. I
So,
think
ayun
they're
lang.
just forced. I don't really, based on their games, feeling ko hindi sila dapat magkakasama. Sa totoo lang, from an outsider's perspective, feeling ko like
Feeling
based on
ko,
how Keldon plays, based on how Devin plays, dapat hindi sila magkakasama.
Keldon's gonna get traded. I'm gonna call it na. He's gonna get traded. Him along with Doug. Sino to yung shooter niya? Devontae Graham and Cheddy. Feeling ko nga they're gonna keep Cheddy eh.
Ang ganda lang nilalaro ni Ched.
Pero, oo. Actually, yeah, honestly. Pero I just have a huge gut feeling na Keldon's gonna get traded.
He's not playing right. No, he's not playing right.
Mm-mm.
Hindi ko bet.
Ayun,
Pero,
so sa Rookie of the Year,
ayan, Rookie of the Year, to end it off.
Chet's playing well. He's playing much better, aminin ko na. Pero, sasabihin ko to, if ngayon na binigay yung Rookie of the Year, it's gonna be Chet. Pero I still think it's Wemby. Kasi first, I don't really think yung efficiency would be that big of a deal. Kasi Rookie of the Year is an individual award. And si Wemby, even though ang sama ng efficiency niya, sobrang sama. He's leading all categories eh. Besides assists. Compared to Chet. Hindi lang ako sure. And Wemby's actually making history. He's making history himself. Parang there are type of games na first time lang na nangyari in NBA history, yung mga statistics niya. Pero I'm still really underwhelmed kasi parang pilit yung laro ni Wemby. Yung kay Chet naman on the other hand, natural eh. Natural siya maglaro.
I think that's more of a team problem than an individual problem.
Yeah, ayun nga. I was gonna bring that up. I think the reason why Chet is efficient is because he's not the main guy. Kasi may SGA ka. Wemby on the other hand, the fact na di na siya nakakuha ng touches, So whenever he gets the ball, he's gonna make something for himself. When you know Spurs basketball, dapat you should play, you know, through the system. Si Wemby, minsan, he's playing through the system. Pero if magsuscore siya, sobrang inconsistent eh. Because he's forcing his shots. And
Mm.
you couldn't really blame him kasi hindi nga siya binibigyan, hindi siya finifeed. So, ayun lang. I think that, yun nga, I agree with you na it's a team problem.
Mm.
Pero, ayun lang, yun yung prediction ko. I think Wemby's still gonna be the Rookie of the Year. Although Chet is playing better.
Wala pre.
Efficient. In terms of efficiency, yeah.
Wala pre. Chat talaga ako.
Anyways, ayun, when it comes to the Spurs, feeling ko lang, I think they need to make changes. I'm pretty sure they know that as well.
And with that, very long episode of Intangibles, back to regular programming. No, NBA updates, NCAA updates, whatever updates we can get, we'll give to you. And I promise you, na you should follow our socials because next year our socials are down below, Instagram, Facebook, because next year it will be a big year. I'm just gonna say that next year will be a big year. We will feed off the momentum that we have, and it will be a better year for everyone. With that, please like and subscribe this video, the channel. Very easy. It really helps us, and we really appreciate it. Continue to comment, interact with us, whatever your thoughts are. We will be there to interact with you guys. And yes, continue to support us in our upcoming videos until the end of the year, and of course, the years, hopefully years to follow. Continue to be with us in our growth, And yes, it's been fun. Matt and Laij here to bring you this episode. Peace out, y'all. Stay safe. God bless.